Welcome back to the Well Paid and Fulfilled podcast. In this episode, we're talking about something I keep hearing over and over again. The job market is terrible right now. Maybe I should wait until things get better. And I get it. You're scrolling on LinkedIn, you're seeing all these layoff announcements, you're reading articles about how AI is replacing jobs, and you're hearing people say that it's been the worst job market since 2008. But here's what you need to hear. There is never a perfect time to get a new job. In 2020, it was the pandemic. Everyone said, don't job search, don't find a new job. But I had clients moving to new jobs that gave them 20k to 30k salary increases. In 2023, there were mass layoffs in tech. Everyone said, wait it out, don't move right now. I had clients that were still getting job offers, all across different industries, including tech. In 2024, people were saying AI is taking over, you're going to lose your job. My clients were still getting up to 50k salary increases at their new jobs. So today I really want to shift your mindset because the job market isn't your problem, it's the way you're thinking about the job market. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about how you can land a higher paying role in 3 months regardless of the job market. So let's get into the episode. So I'm going to say something that might sting a little bit. But when you say the job market is bad, what you're often really saying is, I'm scared I'm going to fail. That's like the real feeling you have. It's not that you think the job market is bad. You just think that you're going to try and apply or interview and it's not going to work out. And I get it. You've probably been applying for a while. You haven't been hearing things back. Or you've been interviewing and you've just not been getting the job. If you've been trying and it feels like nothing is working, I understand why it's very, very easy to blame the job market. So your brain is going, it must be the job market. It's not me, it's the economy, it's the recession, it's the layoffs. And while all those things are real, they're not the reason why you're not getting hired. Because I have clients who are still being hired today. The truth is, companies are still hiring every single day for critical roles, for senior roles, and for roles that solve their most painful problems. The question isn't, is anyone hiring? The question is, are you positioning yourself as the solution to a problem that a company is desperate to solve? Because if you are, budget is going to open up for that role, headcount will open up, and exceptions will be made for you. I see this all the time. A company says, we have a hiring freeze, and then they hire someone. Why? Because that person made them believe that they couldn't afford not to hire them. So when you say the job market is bad, what I want you to ask yourself is this. Am I actually saying I don't know how to stand out in this market? Because that's probably the answer, and that's a completely different problem. The job market is not bad. It's about making sure you can stand out, and that's a problem we can solve. So let's talk about what actually matters more than the job market itself. So if the job market doesn't matter this much, what actually matters? After working with over 100 black women over the last 10 years, I can tell you that these women have landed higher paying and more fulfilling roles in all the job markets you can imagine. As I said, the pandemic, as I said, 2022 recession, 2024 rise of AI. Then one of the most important things, and the first thing you need to pay attention to is your positioning, not your qualifications, your positioning. Most people are applying for jobs right now and they're listing out everything they've done. I've managed a team of 5. I've coordinated projects. I've supported senior leaderships. Okay, that's cool, but so did the 50 other applicants that applied for the job. The person who gets hired is the person that actually says, I led a team and I increased revenue by 40% in 4 months by implementing a new client retention strategy, or going into the specifics of what they did and how it helped the company. One is a job description, which is just listing out the things you've done, and the other is showcasing the value you can actually provide. Value always gets hired in any job market because companies need their problem solved. So apart from the job market, the first thing you need to be thinking about is your positioning. Now, the second thing is your target. What doesn't work right now is applying to hundreds of jobs. If you're applying to 10 jobs every week and nothing is going anywhere, it's because you need to be more specific on your target. What actually is better is identifying 15 companies that are a perfect fit for you, researching the problems that they're solving, and positioning yourself as an answer to their problems. Obviously, all those 15 companies won't be hiring at once, but you'll be able to see their competitors are hiring, and you'll be able to position yourself in similar companies and industries that find you valuable. When my clients work with me in my one-to-one coaching program, they apply to fewer jobs than most people, but they get more interviews. And it's because they're applying out of strategy and not out of desperation for any job. Quality over quantity always. The next thing you need to focus on, so that's apart from your positioning and your target, is your network. Here's a fun stat for you. 70% of jobs are never advertised. So if you're only looking at job boards, you're missing out on 70% of the opportunities. Especially as you get more experience, most jobs you see that are mid-level, senior level won't be posted online. Recruiters are headhunting right now. Even in today's job market, they are still looking for senior talent and people that can solve their specific problems, for candidates who can actually stand out. If your LinkedIn isn't optimized, they're not going to be finding you right now. You're going to be staying invisible, and those 70% of jobs are not going to find you. I've had a client that landed 3 interviews without applying to a single job. How did she do this? We optimized her LinkedIn profile and we made her so well positioned that recruiters reached out to her. That's really the lay of the land right now. It works in every job market. LinkedIn is such a fantastic tool to leverage your network and ensure that you are getting those roles that you want. The fourth thing that's important is your interview strategy. Everyone who makes it to the interview stage is qualified. A company won't waste their time inviting you to an interview if you weren't good enough. But the person who actually gets the job is not actually the most qualified person. It's the person that makes the hiring manager feel the most confident that they can actually do the job. That has nothing to do with your qualifications and more to do with how you present your experience. It's the person who walks in and says, here's the problem you're facing, here's how I've solved it before, and here's how I'll work with your company to ensure that those problems don't come up or to solve those problems. It's not about your experience. It's about how you're positioning and telling the story of your experience. It's not about your qualifications, but how you are convincing the hiring manager and in company that you are the best hire. And that works regardless of the job market. And the fifth thing is your willingness to negotiate for what you deserve. As I said earlier in this episode, every career move should come with a 5-figure raise. You should always be increasing your salary by 10k to 50k. And that's what my one-to-one coaching specializes in. I help you move to a higher paying and more fulfilling job. Not just a more fulfilling job, but also a higher paying job. That higher paying part is really important. Black women earning more is so important. That's how you build wealth. It's how you close the gender pay gap, and it's how you stop being undervalued. And this also works in tough markets too. These companies have the budget to pay what you want when you're able to position yourself for these higher paying roles. The job market does not determine what you are worth, you do. And you are worth a 10k to 50k salary increase. Now, I can spend the rest of this episode talking about all the amazing case studies I have where women have moved to higher paying and more fulfilling roles in less than 3 months in any job market. But the best thing for me to do right now is to point you to my LinkedIn profile. If you go to my profile on LinkedIn, Simi, and you scroll to the bottom of my profile, you'll see testimonial after testimonial in my recommendation section from Black women who have landed higher paying roles regardless of what the job market was doing. Women who moved during the pandemic, women who pivoted industries during mass layoffs, women who secured 20k, 30k, up to 50k salary increases when everyone just told them to be grateful to have a job and stay at their old job. My clients have shared openly about their experience working with me. They talked about the salary increases, the offers they received, their confidence, how quickly they landed a new role, and what exactly shifted for them. So if you're thinking, okay, Simi, landing a new role in 3 months in any job market, it sounds good in theory, but will it actually work? I want you to go to the proof, head to my LinkedIn page, scroll to the bottom, look at my recommendation section, and you'll see all the women that have shared their success stories when they worked with me. The truth is, the job market didn't have to change for these women to land their new roles. All they had to do is change their strategy, and that's what we do in one-to-one coaching. So here's what I want you to take away from this episode. The job market is not your enemy. It's your strategy that you need to work on. And that's what we do in my one-to-one coaching program, Search to Secured. Search to Secured is my 3-month coaching program for Black women who want to make their next career move. They want to move to a higher paying and more fulfilling role that gives them a 10k to 50k salary increase. And they want to work on a strategy that actually works. They want to find roles that suit them, that match their skills, that they enjoy, at companies that are more flexible and would give them a good work-life blend where they enjoy their work but they also have a life outside work. They want to be able to apply with confidence, work on their CV, their cover letter, their LinkedIn profile. And this is something we do in the program. And I give you unlimited reviews of your applications for 3 months. They also want to work on their interview preparation. So if you want to work with someone that can help you craft your most impactful interview answers and show up with confidence to the interview, then one-to-one coaching is the place to be. I also support you with getting the job offer and making sure you negotiate to make sure that this job offer is your best job offer yet. I'm so excited to work with you in my coaching program, and the best way to do that is to book a call to work with me. When you book a call to work with me, I talk to you about your career so far, what you are struggling with right now, and what we do in one-to-one coaching to help you move from where you are to where you want to be. Many of the ladies in my program secure new roles in 3 months or less, and I want to help you do the same. So head to the link in the show notes to book a call to work with me, and let's work together in one-to-one coaching. See you in the next episode.